Hello everybody, good morning. Hi all.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. So where we are? So we have started our TU programming. It is a lengthy and complex programming. So we'll see one by one. Okay. So up to So three types of lesions: new lesions, targeted, non-targeted. So which are measurable, targeted, which are not measurable, non-targeted, which are newly seen in the while treatment, those are new tumors. So new tumors we handle and so here non-targeted also we have handled. So let me rerun this one. Yeah. So here NTL3. Okay. Yeah. So this was almost all screening records, not screening. So what I do here, I'm dropping visits. Let me specify. And I can see non-targeted lesions and yeah, so visit. So here, so first you understand the data. So here, so NTL nothing but non-tumor, non-targeted related data. So here you can see, for example, if we pick one subject, okay, say 14001 004 if I take. So this is the subject. So at the time of screening, okay, at the time of screening, so they find three lesions, okay, the three lesions. NT1, so one lesion found at liver, okay. So another second tumor was found also in the liver in another place. Third tumor ND3 was found in the lung at the date, 11th September. Okay, so 11th September time, three lesions they identify as non-targeted lesions. So on the fifth date, so they will check again whether these three lesions are present or not. So here one of the variables showing yes present in the status 2, and at the time of third date in the 3rd December also they will check again whether these three lesions are present or absent. Like this data was collected in the first row. So they mentioned all the information like where it is present and what is the description, etc. And again the two dates which they are performed the observation. So that time everything blank. So that is the purpose. We need these three rows, all the information. That is the purpose what I do. So not equal to missing. So not equal to missing in the sense. So here you can see the first row I am take into one data set. These two rows tumor assessment related I am taking into another data set. So after that one what we did, so I just merged the first and second so that all the first related record information it was populated to the NTL3. Okay, so if you see the NTL3, so this subject has two record, that is tumor assessment, these two records, and here you can see all the information was populated to these two records, lung and etc. Okay. So again, the first record is there, right? So this one, this first record I am going to set once again. Okay. So data, so NTL, so non-targeted human, set this NTL3, the subject having these two records, right? And again, this was which one? Raw data set, like how we are doing this one. So just take it to this one. So first record of the subject. Okay. So here, so this is the first record of the subject. This is the remaining two records which were mapping. So all the information from the first record. Okay. So just run it. Now this subject has three records. Now let me filter that subject. Otherwise, you can sort by subject. Now you can see this subject has three records and the information also we are populated to all the records. Okay. So the dates also you can see here. So 5th November, 13 December, 11 September. 11 September is the first record. Next 5th November, 3rd December. Okay. So you can see image 2 data say also that dates only, image 3 also that data means three times they perform. So first time screening, second time, third time. So each time the three lesions they are checking whether that is present or not. Okay. So now data NTL set NTL. Okay. So how we done here? So we are going to do the same thing here. So let me copy this into another window. Just copy paste. So next, sorry. Yeah, here tumor. This was the tumor identification same. So it is a non-targeted. So go to here how they are want to populate the non-targeted. So you can see some example targeted and non-targeted. They want to keep like this non slash target domain. Okay. So next, so this was array 1 to 10. Yeah, here LSI D1 description. So this one same up to here same. Just copy this info. So now run and check once. Yeah. So now the NTL data set non-target element. Let me check with the subject. What we are looking is 004, right? Yeah. So this subject has now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 records because so 3 lesions, so 3 times. Okay. So total 9 records. You can see NT1, NT2, NT3, again NT1, NT2. So NT1, NT2, NT3 was find out on the 5th as well as 3rd as well as 11th. So 11/9/2019 at the time of screening, so they will find out these 3 lesions. At the time of 5th November, so they will again find these three, checking these 3 lesions status. And here you can see at the 3rd December also they will check. Okay, so the status whether they are present or not. So that is why this subject, so 3 records, we are making to 9 records because as per the structure, so each subject, the tumor should be present like this. Okay, the raw data was showing, side by side, but as per the standards, the tumor information we need to be display like this. Okay, these are the non-targeted tumors, the link ID NT1, NT2, NT3 because non-targeted tumors we are giving NT and numbering like this. Okay. So similar way, we are going to handle the targeted tumors as well. Okay. So targeted tumor, just copy this content up to here, paste the side window. Now, uh, yeah, just copy this one just for checking purpose. Okay. So targeted tumor information, you will find the data set TL. Okay. You can see the test now. So this is a targeted tumor related information. Here you can see target lesions, page name. This is a each visit. So now in this also you can see any subject having multiple record. Yes, this 4004 only you can take 001, 004. How the information was collected here also. So the first record it's showing all the information. Okay. So T1, T2, T2. Okay. And so there is no T3, right? So site 2. Yeah, only two, two, two lesions were targeted lesions was found at the time of screening, and next date they will check in the 5th November. They will check whether the T1 and T2 is present, and 3rd December also they will check. Okay, so what we do? So we have to follow the same procedure what we done here as well. So just copy this one, paste it here instead of NTL, TL, TL, and the variable present or not information TL pref were targeted lesions measured at the visit or not. Okay. Yeah. Image 1 to 10 was not found. So let me check this 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5. not 10, up to 5 only there. So make it as a 5. Yeah, TL1. And you can check the subject, only one record, all the information. Next, and TL2 means TL2, the remaining information. This is equal to missing. Numeric suffix number list image 1 to 5. Okay. Now we merge it together. TL1 and TL2 and TL3. Might be not properly sorted. So TL3 data set, now you can check that subject. Yeah, subject has 2 records. After that one, same process. Just copy and paste it here. Yeah. So here TL3 and TL, and it is a TL, and it is TL proof. So these 3 records, you can see all the information was populated. So fifth and third and next. So here only up to 5 only there, not 10 for the targeted lesions. So we make it as a 5. So wherever the 10 is there, so make 5. Not all variables in the list. Yes, ID 1 to 5. Okay, no issues. NTL. NTL. It is a targeted, right? So targeted. So targeted tumor like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 2 tumors are there. So 3 times we are checking like screening time. So first assessment, second assessment. So T1, T2. So now what I do? So we'll set all the data. So targeted, non-targeted, and new lesions. So make into one data set. So data. So TU data set. The first TU data set. So we can set the first one is new lesions. Second one is non-targeted lesions. Third one is targeted lesions. Okay. Just combine together TU1 data set. Okay. After that one, just sort it so that we know. So TU1, now you can see each subject, any subject if you are pick. Uh, so here this subject, you will see the link ID. Where is that link ID? Yeah, here you can see link ID. So this subject, so NT1 and NT2, NT3, NT1, NT2, NT3. So here you can see this is the first one is the new lesions. Okay. And these are the non-targeted lesions NT1, NT2, NT3. So non-targeted lesions are three lesions. So that is why 9 records. Three lesions, three times. Target lesions are two targeted lesions, T1 and T2. So it was three times screening time. And so 2 days. And that fifth is November and 3rd November also it was done the assessment. Okay. 11th, 3rd, 5th. These are the two tumors were identified at the time of screening. In case of non-targeted, three lesions were identified. So NT1, NT2, and NT3. Like that, we frame the data set. Each subject, non-targeted, targeted, new lesions, we are making to one data set. So after that, remaining variables we are going to map like study ID and etc. Okay. So we'll take so study ID, domain, site ID, and use subject you can take and create the use subject information. So this is a TU data set. Okay. Yes, so TU1 having use subject information. Okay. So fine. So we'll go with here and we'll check any other variables are missing. Yeah, first study ID, domain, and use subject is required. Sequence variable anyway, we are going to derive at last. Group ID, reference ID, and these are the permissible and link ID expected. We already created. And this group ID, test CD. Okay, so let me keep this variable so that we know still how many variables are pending. Okay, keep study ID, domain, and use subject ID. Sequence variable, it will get last. And the next link ID and next group ID and test CD and test. Next expected variable TURRES. Uh, This is a expected variable and so this location. And next method So main variable method and location where it is, that one, and this baseline flag expected and evaluator visit number and visit. And date. And one more variable epoch also will include. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. So visit information, epoch and evaluator, and this information we have to map. Okay. What is this TUSTRESC? TUSTRESC. So standard results, I hope. TUSTRESC. Yeah. So here, this is the actually collected. This is a standard format. So standard format here. So we have same, so there is no unit conversation. In the lab parameters, we generally do for the conversation if it is a microgram, convert into the gram like that. But here, those are the values, whether it is a present or not, right? So simply the standard values equal to the collected values. So standard value equal to the collected values TURRS. Just retain the same order so that we can easily see the data in a structural format. So now TU1 data you can see. So TU1. Uh, so you can see this subject. So first subject and this is second subject. So we'll check this fourth subject better way. So fourth subject. So first one. Oh, these are the truncating. TURRES and STRES is truncating. So what we do? So we'll give the length. Can see. Sorry. So fourth subject you can see. So first one is the new lesion, remaining non-targeted, then targeted. Okay. So here the first one present in other and here liver, lung, etc. So this is the date. So the tumor was identified. The method is CT scan method, and the location is the location, and when the target or non-targeted new lesion the tumor was or solid tumor was identified. Okay, so like this we have to frame our data. So as per the data we just convert into as per our requirement and we do. So what are the pending variables are there? So visit number and visit and epoch. Okay, so and this baseline flag. So epoch nothing but, so here we have one date is there, right? So this date. So this date, so open with the SC dataset subject element. Okay. So here there is a epoch, right? So this start date and this end date is there. for this subject. So you can see this date is going to fall under which date that epoch should be populated. Okay. So we have a macro for that one, epoch macro. So I'll open that macro as well. So this epoch macro. Okay. So this epoch macro, what we do? So it will take the SC data set and so transposing means each and every visit they are separate it out, and your data TU data set falls under which epoch, so that epoch will populate. Just copy this code and paste it here. So up to now the TU data, right? TU. So merge this TU data set here and create the TU2 data set. So the main logic behind this one. So our date you will check with the SC, SE, ENDTs of the particular subject. So for example, first subject, first record is 16th April 2019. So where it is fall, so it is not fall under this one. So directly before the screening, right? So we can consider as a screening. If the date is between the 8th May to 15th May, so we can populate that record epoch is treatment. Like that we are populating. So now if you are running this one, yeah, syntax error, the epoch. Prod. Okay, so we don't have prod. TU data does not exist. Okay, TU1. Now you can see the TU2 data set. So epoch will populate it. Okay, so epoch nothing but so whether it is the record comes under screening phase or treatment phase or follow phase, so they want to check. Okay, so any treatment, so they consider as a treatment. So complete entire treatment start date to treatment end, they will consider that as a treatment. So we already created the SC data set, right? So the SC data set we created before to get the epoch information to all domain. So we simply created SC first. The SC, the dates, start dates and end date, we will check with our domain date. So that date falls under, so follow up starting to follow up end. So we will give that epoch as follow up. If your date is safety, cycle 3 starting to cycle 4, cycle 3 end, so your date is there, that epoch is treatment, like that, so we make and assign the epoch information here. Okay, so just keep this variable, epoch information, evaluator and baseline flag, visit number and visit is there. Yeah, give me 1 minute, I'll back. So here, what are the variables are pending? Evaluator. So here the evaluator is investigator. So let me show you the evaluator information. So evaluator most of the times permissible, but here evaluator is investigator. Okay. So some way, some data set it is a permissible. That time you can ignore. If something like expected, so we need to assign that as a investigator. So next baseline flag, visit number and visit. So visit information we should map. Okay. Mm, So we already map some visit information, right? Some of the data set. Uh, just close. I think SAS was talking. Let me close this one. Now you can see the epoch information was populated. Even the visit information also taking time. Why? Because here, so let me keep the this name. You can see the WIS name, tumor assessment only they given, screening and tumor assessment they given. So whenever you are mapping with the visit information, that should be equal to the TV dataset. TV dataset, what are the visits are there? So whenever you are going to assign some visit number, it should be cycle one, either day one or day five or day one, or cycle two, etc. like that. So but here the visit name tumor assessment. So in these cases, what we do? So just imagine. So this date. So you need to check this 13th July or June 2019 for this subject. So we will check in the SV data set. So start date to end date, where it is fallen, that visit you have to take and you have to map. Okay. So that time, so we need to transpose the visit data set and we will check one by one date, and we have to map which visit is applicable to this record. Okay. So if you are picking this record, for example, okay, so 001 002 13th June. So we will first filter the 001 002 subject from the SV data set. Okay. So these many dates are there. In this date, so your date is 13th June. So 13th June, where it is? So it is around here. Okay. So here to here, unscheduled 14.0, next follow up. So it was start on the 24th June and it was start on the 5th June. So where it is 5th June to 24th June, what may be happen? It is comes under this and schedule 14.0, which is happening on after the 24th June. So then it is comes under safety follow-up. Like that, we need to check each and every date fall under which visit. That visit information you have to take and you have to map. Okay, so I am, show you how to create that macro and how to map that one. So it is little bit lengthy programming only. So we'll work out that also. Once we done with the one epoch, one SV mapping, one TU domain. So the remaining, any data set, whenever the epoch information is going to use or the study date derivations we are using. So we can take the same formula from other program and do. Okay. Yeah, even here also, if the client want to show the study days, so study day derivation we already done in one of the programs, right? So simply you can copy that program and you can do. So study day how we done in the AE, so we can take the DM data set and DM RFST DTC. You have to check your date. So whether it was greater than or equal, adding the plus 10. So we do some formula, right? So same formula you can apply to do the here also study day. Here the study day is permissible. If you want to populate, you can also populate the TUDY variable because TUDTC variable populated most of the time. TUDY also you can populate. Okay. So the visit and the baseline flag related variable, we can, that will take time. So that will, I'll create a macro and I'll show you. Otherwise, we'll write the programming to map the visit related variables in tomorrow's class. Okay. So this looks complex and lengthy, but whenever you go to the interview, if you done the TU domain SDTM, so they will ask some questions. If you are able to answer, so they will definitely impress because everybody is telling what are the SDTM domain you worked on means DM, AE or CM, MH, simple domains everybody is telling. But whenever the person say TU, TR, RS domains, so they will definitely impress and they will ask you some questions, basic questions, how the process, what are the data set you cover, what is the information you have seen, how the epoch was populated. So like that question they will ask. And so they will more chances to crack an interview in that cases. Okay. Yeah. Anybody having any doubt on this, you can unmute and ask me.
Sir, this
Yeah, tell me.
epoch will be same for everything, right, sir? Like,
Yes, epoch for same for all the data set. Which data set you are going to, map the epoch? That data set you just merge here, okay? And the date variable, for example, VS is there, VSSTDTC, you can keep here. The date you are checking. For example, it is CMSTDTC. If it is another data set, that date you can keep here. That's it. The remaining everything same. That is why they created a macro every time, just simply calling that macro. Otherwise, you can copy paste the program and you can work on.
so if we have more cycles or periods, we have to
No, no, no. SC
change
domains
it,
we are
right?
fixed, right? So SDT domain, SC domain was fixed at the first itself. So if you said the SC should be updated, you have to update the epoch as well.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
And the production people will have a different macro for epoch, and validation has different.
So validator most of the time they won't use the macros. So even in the macro time, for example, epoch macro is created. Some person will check that macro is working or not. QC side also, right? So they are also creating some QC epoch macro, right? So QC person may use that QC epoch macro. Otherwise, they will write the scratch programming also fine. QC side, so most of the times we are not preferring to use the macros. Production side, you can use.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So QC nothing but we are checking. So even production and QC are using the same macro. That is not a meaningless. Okay. So that is why QC persons are taking senior folks. They will write some scratch codes to check whether that macro having any bugs or any issues. Okay. Yeah. So the visit related and the baseline flag related variables we are going to see in tomorrow's class. If time is there, we'll start the TR domain as well. Okay, what are the domains I am telling right now? So these are lengthy and complex. Please don't miss the classes. Okay, it will take some time. Even I need to check whether it is working or not. Then only I will tell you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. We'll meet you tomorrow. Thanks for attending the class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.